this is Nobelix, and I think griefing needs to stop. So, the topic I want to talk about today is griefing. Now, griefing is... oh hell, I cut myself here. How the fuck did that happen? I mean, I'm not gonna die, but... alright, anyway. Right, griefing. Griefing is a term... I think griefing has been a term for a while now. I think the earliest mention of it in the online gaming community was the 2000. And griefing means, if you do not know what griefing means that you act in a certain way towards your team members or the members of the opposing team in a way that makes the game completely unenjoyable. Is that a word? Unenjoyable? You ruin the game experience for all players involved, and oftentimes you ruin it for yourself as well. And that varies from different types of griefing. Like when I play Counter-Strike, you have the friendly fire griefing, that you shoot at your teammates to inflict damage and making them more vulnerable to taking fire from the opposing team, and also that means that you have less chance of winning the round. And then you have the harassment, which I think is the worst one, because that is when you write or speak in your microphone to other players to harass them, to make them feel bad. The two major issues is hacking and griefing. And right now I'm playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and the hot topic right now in CSGO is hacking, it seems. But I think the worst issue is actually griefing, because the way I think of it, hacking is something you install to your computer. It's a software, and it can be detected by the VAC system. But griefing is something that you, as a fellow human being, is doing to other human beings. Other teammates, rather. And I've never experienced another community except the online gaming community where we're griefing between, not between teams, but inside of their own team. I've never seen a community where that is so prominent. Because I can get that you harass the enemy team. I mean, it's wrong. It's still wrong, but I can sort of get it that you want to get inside of their heads, mental games. You want to lower their confidence so you can win easily. It's still wrong, and it's very cheap and a very ugly trick to do. But I can sort of get it. But when you do it inside of your own team, what are you thinking? Like, do you think that when you say to someone that you suck, do you think that that person is gonna respond like, oh yeah, he's right, I suck, I'm gonna play better now? No, he's not gonna play better. He's gonna perform even worse. And that guy might not be performing any bad from the start. Myself, I don't consider myself a very good CSGO player. I see myself as average. Yeah, like average. So there was this match the other day I played with one of my friends. It was him and I, and there was 3 other guys. I think 2 of them were Russian, surprise surprise, and 1 was Swedish. You could sort of hear that on his accent, like you probably hear with mine. And this guy was performing pretty well. He was a pretty good guy. Like, he had a very good game feeling, so we won a couple of rounds because of him. And he was a good shoot. But then he started harassing one of the Russian players, and I told him to cut it out because I couldn't stand him like constantly bothering this guy. So I said, cut it out, cut the attitude, because that does not help. He's not going to perform any better because you tell him that he sucks. So he directed his attention to me instead and started harassing me. And all of a sudden he harassed, I don't think he harassed my friend as much because my friend is a very good player. But he harassed me a lot, like constantly. But he kept on, and I started ignoring it. But he continued harassing me. I started playing worse. I started playing a lot of worse because he got into my head eventually. And the funny thing was, I think we were tied in the first half, 6-6 in score. And the game ended 16-6 for the opposing team, which means that after he started harassing us, we didn't win a single round. So is that a coincidence? I don't think so. I don't think that's a coincidence, because then you have another game I played. It was a little earlier than this, and this guy started arguing with me. He started harassing me, and I started harassing him back. You shouldn't do that. It's one of the worst things you could do, because it only gets worse. And it did. And eventually we stopped arguing. We settled it. We stopped harassing each other, and instead we started complimenting each other, because we were winning rounds. And we won more rounds after we got that positive attitude. Sorry about the noise. We started complimenting each other instead of harassing each other, and we played a lot better. We got a positive attitude, and we ended up winning that game, actually. A very positive attitude, and we won the game. We were like, I think we were losing 0 rounds to 7, something like that. And we turned it around, and we won because of the positive attitude. So I don't think that's a coincidence anymore. I think your attitude has a direct link to how the game is going to play out. Because I get it, hacking is a problem as well. I get frustrated when people hack, because you rob other players of their gaming experience. Because people are there trying to have fun, and some people are trying to like get a better rank, and then you come there with your hacks and ruin it. You make their progress undone, in a way. But that's also the thing with griefing. So how do we stop these griefers? So I don't know how to stop these griefers. Maybe we can implement a system that, like, you have Overwatch now. Maybe we could implement. I think League of Legends had a tribunal system where you could look through. Because there's no hacks in League of Legends, so instead the tribunal was to punish people who harassed enemy players or the team players. I think you should have a tribunal system in CSGO as well. So if you harass other players by microphone or by typing, you should get punished for it. If it turns out that you have hacks on your computer, you will get permanently banned from taking part of any CSGO matchmaking on that account. But like, every griefer slips through the cracks. They get away with it, and they will continue harassing other players the next game, and the game after that, and so on. So why not permaban someone that has a bad reputation of harassing other players? Ban them as well. You could always mute the players that are harassing you, but that doesn't really prevent them from keeping harassing you, because they don't know that you have muted them, so they will keep doing it, which means that they haven't faced any consequences. So maybe, I don't know, maybe a system where you punish people who harass, because I think that it is at least equally as disruptive as hacking. And that's my opinion. Thanks for watching.